Hi there, this is Lauren at FuturesTradingCompany.net, and this is a recap of our trades for December 13th, 2011. And let me scroll over to show you the first trade of the morning. We started out the day in a very narrow range. We'd had about a 94 point overnight range in the Globex. And so we were starting out the day anticipating trading the Keltner channel band. And let me show you, as I scroll over here, a couple of points that I had drawn on the chart. This was the low that was made 4:09 Pacific time AM, and the high up here, and I'm going to put in a line, another at 12:021. Price had stayed in that area for, as you can see, a long time. Then we had the 6:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m. open in New York. And so, as you can see, trend, at least on the short-term basis, was up. I was looking to take a long trade on the open if I had a signal and a break above this 12:021 resistance, and it came right after the open here. This is 6:31 a.m. I had an entry trigger fire off a break above that resistance level at 12:021. So my entry on that trade was 12:026. Just a couple of notes. One, because this is at least the start was a narrow range day, I was only looking to trade two contracts. Our first target profit remains at 10 points, and then we follow the second contract with the following SAR, modified SAR trailing stop. We reached our first profit objective of 12:036, and then we were following this trade with the SAR trailing stop here. And our stop out came here at 6:46 a.m., where our SAR trailing stop was 12:055. So our stop out on our second contract on this trade was 12:053 for a total of 38 Dow points. Now, the next trade I took, and looking back at it in retrospect, I guess I wish I hadn't. It was really a trade that was a breakout trade of the initial 30-minute range, or the Crable, called the Crable breakout. It's the breakout of the higher low of the 30-minute trading range. The high had been 12:071 during that first 30 minutes of trading. So the Crable breakout, or that 30-minute breakout trade, was 12:072. We had the breakout here that occurred with a trigger long, my proprietary entry trigger. I had decided to wait and see if I could get a little bit better price, so I put in a limit order to go long at 12:068. Price did come back, got filled at 12:068, and once again, because this was a breakout trade, and we were still in a kind of a Keltner type of trading day, I followed this. I pulled my stop up from 12:047. using the SAR trailing stop here, and stopped out of that trade with I got a 6-point loss at 12,062. So on two contracts, again, only trading two contracts, 6 points on each contract, so a negative 12 points on that trade. And then our third trade of the morning came at 7:26 a.m. And it was a short. Market had attempted to make a new high after it broke out of that 12,071 level. It reached 12,075, pulled back, retested the 12,075, could not break through that, and now price started to retrace. And I was looking for one of two things to happen here: a bounce off of our 79 exponential moving average with a trigger long, where I would have in fact taken another long trade, or a breakthrough with price with a price breaking through the 89 exponential moving average with a trigger short forming. And here we had the price breaking through, our trigger short formed. The low of that bar was 12,056. Then we had a slight retracement in price, another trigger that fired off, and we did take that trade short at 12,055. All per our trading rules again, because at this time this was definitely a counter trend trade, because all of our trends, all four of our trend elements at this point were up. But so if I'm going to take a trade in those circumstances, I'm only trading two contracts, and we were still in what I was considering a Keltner trading day. So again, that also says taking only two contracts. So that's what we did. Our first profit objective of 12,045, again 10 points, was hit pretty quickly. We had a retracement to 12,046. My stop had been brought to break even. And then I followed it with the trailing SAR. And this turned out to be a very good trade on the trailing stop. Sorry, I only had two contracts. As you can see, my trailing stop was not hit until quite a bit later. This was at 7:48, so 12 full minutes in that trade. Our trailing stop was hit. SAR trailing stop stopped us out of that trade at 11,998. So a very nice gain on that trade, a total of 67 Dow points. And that was all the trades we took this morning. After that long run to the downside, I wasn't looking to take any additional trades short. And I needed a break above the 89 exponential moving average to consider a long trade. There would have been another good short here at little up 8:01 a.m. Pacific, but again, I did not take that. We were bouncing along the bottom of the 3-minute Keltner channel, and so I was definitely looking for long trades, but I wanted to see the price, and it finally did break above the 89 exponential moving average. Again, I passed on this trade. It would have been a good trade. We came back, tagged the average, and then I had a trigger long fire. And I guess I was just a little too tentative. This was at 8:34 a.m., getting close to dead zone. And then we have the Fed announcement later today looming kind of in the background. So I just passed on that trade. But as you can see, the trade would have worked out very nicely, ending up with a stop out at about 12.011 on my last contract with an entry of 12.05. So would have had a 10 point plus 6 points, so 16 point winning trade that we kind of left on the table there. But I was happy with the morning results. Fed days can sometimes be quite tricky to trade, and we'll just leave it at that. We'll post our results tomorrow morning after we're through trading. Visit our website, futurestradingcompany.net. Sign in on our guest book and indicate your desire to be part of our new trading room, which will launch in January of next year. And if you're one of the first 10 people to sign up indicating you want to be in the room, you will receive your first month access to the room free of charge. Have a great day. Again, Lauren for FuturesTradingCompany.net.